Glad to have you with us from Seattle. A perfect evening for college football where they're chanting, "Go Huskies," and it's reverberating across all of the boats on Lake Washington as this purple-clad crowd is ready to get another season of Husky football started. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see, the Sharks taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Huskies, long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. From inside the 15, here's the return. The Sharks offense takes the field. When your quarterback takes the field, you want him to look just like this guy, exuding confidence.
Yeah, the it factor. He's the man. Nobody questions it. Everybody on this team knows they've got his back, and he's the leader.
Everybody in this stadium also knows the offense goes as this guy goes. He has got to play well today.
As college football evolves, guys, and players have more rights and they capitalize on name, image, and likeness, and teams are in different conferences, maybe the biggest thing and the thing that keeps coaches up at night, dealing with the transfer portal.
Because they got to make sure that everybody in their locker room is happy. And oftentimes, you're re-recruiting your own players and trying to keep the wolves at bay. The phone calls that are coming in from other programs trying to steal your guys. It is not easy. Probably as difficult as it's ever been, David, to be a head coach now with the transfer portal.
It is, and think about players, man. If I'm not happy, if I'm not getting the run I want, like, I can just leave. I can go somewhere else. I can get paid by another opportunity. So I think players always having their eyes to that portal, looking at a better destination, makes it miserable for coaches.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
The Sharks will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got great speed. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Huskies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Trying play action. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And this is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline, run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
That's reeled in. It's Jackson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dropping back, it's Rodgers. Getting some heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to...
Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And this offense gets on the board and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
On second down, wants to throw. Complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
And the Sharks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Jackson. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the yoke. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And he's running in the open. The tag! Touchdown, Washington! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And this offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their second passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Fresno State dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this. It sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The incomplete pass leaves them with second down. From the shotgun, the inside give. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On third down, he drops to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He makes the catch. Makes the grab, and a nice gain gets it to the 35.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He's going to take off. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Leaves it with the running back. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
And a great job by this defense, knowing it's 3rd and short, understanding the situation, playing very balanced with the RPO, coming up, tackling the running back, forcing the 4th down.
He's got enough, and it'll be a first down for Washington. That conversion sets a tone, but that's also really part of their MO. They're going to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, it's a body blow, and it's demoralizing. It's a good point, Reese. When you go for it like that and you go get it, you're essentially telling the opponent, look, you can't stop us. Next time we get in a similar situation, we're going to do the exact same thing, and there ain't nothing you can do.
And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. This defense has been gashed, and they are backed up. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husky.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do. And they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They're going to run it. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw on second down. Snags it over the middle.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get it matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
The give out of the gun. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes his connection. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And it's no good. Couldn't find the range on the field goal, couldn't cut into the deficit, and they are still down by 21. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. The lone back's got it. Dances away from one. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. Now improvising. He'll pull it down and run. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Coming after it. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Back to throw, it's Rodgers. Takes a hit as he fires. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, it's a great place to be for an offense. You got the whole playbook available, and they choose to pass it. The defense did a really good job playing the pass, and 4th down now, it's decision time for you.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the 1st down. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Oh, picked off. Bringing it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Line gets set, 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. From the gun. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And he makes a completion. They're set up and in business at the 20. The Sharks are in the red zone. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Williams.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He wants it all. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Washington sends out the punt team. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run it from the gun. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll run play action. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the head.
Well, the tight end did a nice job there. He ran the route, he got underneath the linebackers, came out the other side, and that's a play he just has to be able to finish.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Another incompletion on third down. And the Sharks send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. On the return, it's Jackson. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Here's the handoff. Hard running there. He now has 56 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
And he could not get loose on the run.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking to pass. It's Rodgers. Get it out on the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is four-down territory. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting first half than you? And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to our guys inside Husky Stadium.
The Sharks will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
They'll leave it with him. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Trying to get the corner. Steamrolls his way ahead. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Rodgers. He's right on target. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
After the short completion, do they go for the big one on third down? They'll try to bully their way for the first. He gets it so close to that imaginary yellow line, but I think he's going to be just a tad short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. He'll sneak it. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Let's see what they've got on second down. Movement here from the tight end. The play action fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical.
Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. That incompletion leads to second down and 10. Wants to throw. It's Rodgers. Makes the grab on the left.
No gain on the play. Third down coming up.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Had a chance to make this lead 20, but we're still sitting on a 17. That 50-yard field goal attempt was no good, and now they'll have to play defense. First and 10 from the 33. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught. And the ball's on the ground. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Looking to scramble. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. You know they'd love to convert this third down after missing a field goal on the last drive. Dropping back, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
How good has this offense been on fourth down, converting all 3 times, and they're lining up to go for it again. They'll immediately call timeout. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. And the try is no good. So, guys, a missed opportunity to expand the lead, but still a 17-point cushion.
24, Sharks, 7.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He'll start this drive firing. Got his man quickly. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
On the move, it's Jackson. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
2nd down coming up. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Washington.
Now on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses.
Timed that snap count, perfectly got into the backfield and created the negative play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Rodgers. Pocket starts to collapse. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So
juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
see, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Very few times can you get a guy that wide open in a game, and when you do, you have to capitalize on it. That QB knows it. Look at him. You could tell he knows he missed a huge opportunity. Not only could he tell, everyone in the stands could see that guy was absolutely wide open.
Snap from the gun on third down. Quick completion on the out route. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Sharks will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
They'll line up for a second down play. Corner's going to give them room. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets him 30-plus.
Good pass protection isn't just offensive line, right? Running backs also have to be able to pick up the blitz. That running back did an outstanding job. That allowed his quarterback to just buy a little bit more time before making that throw.
Off play action on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. 1st down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. Safe completion on the screen. At the 35. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trucks through the defender. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Ran the ball on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Quick pass on the jet motion. To the 15. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The sure hands, it's Coleman. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Back to pass, it's Rodgers. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Using his legs, it's Coleman. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's no good. He missed it. The lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
And you got to wonder about the confidence of this kid. It's been up and down, 1 for 4 now in this game kicking after that miss.
And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Manning. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Got it in the middle, it's McGowan. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the 1st down. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline and you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Man, I think back in the day, this is a no-brainer. You're punting the football and believing your defense, but analytics all the time now telling you to be aggressive. I'm interested to watch this play. Obviously, if you're aggressive, you might could run this clock out and end the football game and not have to put your defense back on the field.
The Sharks get it past the sticks. Probably the only people upset about going for it on 4th down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Not when you've got a running back like that. He just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on 4th down.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive game for my offense.
Offense in an empty set. On second down, he'll fire. Grab near the sticks. It's McGowan. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Throws for the tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. This offense has a second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. At the 35, he's open. Nothing but green ahead. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And those plays are so deflating for defenses. Up front, defensive lines, you really got to control gaps. You got to stay where you're supposed to be and make sure running backs and ball carriers can't break out, can't use their speed, kind of keep them in a cage. They don't do a good job up front. Big run later. Now the defensive coordinator's yelling, screaming, and not nice things either.
That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Looking downfield, it's Rodgers. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Good awareness by the defense. In this situation on the field, you know there's coordinators that like to try to take shots deep down the field and catch you napping, but the defense was ready for that one.
They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on 3rd down coming up. Let's call it 3rd and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. And And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at 30. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's going to pass on second down. It's complete. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's going to pass. It's complete to the right. Oh, it's out. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way.
And this really puts it out of reach. I mean, it was already a tall order, and you had to be aggressive in this situation. But now, with this turnover, this one's all but over.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push and ball security, David. That's premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball in 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable third down situation. Good call. So, tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer. Nice run by the running back. That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the lone man wins. That time, the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Breaks the tackle. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.